allegations surrounding a deputy minister and a minor. This is the team of investigators that have been working on this particular case over the last few days, and I would like everyone to introduce themselves before we can go any further. So we'll start from you.
So my name is Anthony Alo Ebenezer Ezono, and the team leader for the legal team of the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection.
I'm Anthony Margaret N. Phillips, legal officer, Ministry of Gender.
I am Councillor Isaac L. George Jr. I'm the Director, Sexual Gender Based Violence Crimes Unit, Ministry of Justice.
Yeah, I'm Chief Secretary of Police, Texan Nimnachata, Deputy Chief, Ministry of Protection.
Commissioner Johnny Boladin, Commissioner of Crime Services.
I'm Senior F. Frank, the Deputy Inspector General for Crime Services.
Okay, once again, thank you all. As you've seen, as you're seeing around the table, this body has been working tirelessly since this allegation came about. So what I would like to do, I would like to begin to walk us through the process as to how this delicate kind of investigation is carried out. So when we have a complaint of sexual abuse reported at the police station, we first and foremost refer the case to one of the 6 accredited medical facilities around Monrovia for an evaluation. It comes back to the police, and then the police review the report and begin the investigation from there. The investigation of that nature was immediately forwarded to Central, and these are all the steps that have been taken as far as this allegation is concerned. The report has come in. There is an indication that yes, indeed, the victim was tampered with. So immediately, the Ministry of Gender and Social Protection, the Ministry of Justice, the prosecutors, and the Liberia National Police investigators have been going back and forth. Fortunately, this particular area is covered by CCTV camera, so the investigators have gone on the scene to review the footage of the camera to try to corroborate the statement of the victim. We've spoken to the victim, we've spoken to the father, we've spoken to aunties, all of the persons of interest that have been named in the investigation, including the suspect. We've brought the suspect in for questioning. We've taken statements from him at different levels, and the investigation is still ongoing. Yesterday, the entire group, at first the police went there to review the footage. Yesterday, this entire body went in, reconstructed the crime scene, came back today for us to meet. We've been here since this morning, going back and forth, doing analysis, calling the victim back in to speak to her. So we've just picked up some new pieces of information from the victim that will require a further investigation. We've called on additional employees of the Ministry of Youth and Sport, including deputy ministers as well, to come in for us to speak with them. We've prayed the court for a subpoena of the call log of the deputy minister who's being accused. That call log is a very important part of the investigation because the geospatial data analysis would now point us to placing him exactly to where the allegation is, if substantiated. So we're waiting for that, and I know everybody's waiting to see how this investigation goes, waiting for us to make an arrest. But I'm going to appeal to the public that we have to make sure we follow all of these steps so that it is done right. Once we get the call log and we're able to verify, the last step will be we're on the phone right now trying to engage for help for forensic DNA sampling. Fortunately, the clothes that the minor was wearing was carefully preserved. It's being packaged. So we've now ordered that this DNA sample be collected from the alleged the suspect as well, so that we can also do that analysis. That being said, I will pass it over to the prosecutor and the Ministry of agenda to just throw a little light there, and then we can entertain one or two questions.
So basically, since from what the IG has said, we hope that the public understand that this is a very delicate matter, and we want to make sure that at the end of the day, whatever outcome is substantial, that we can establish probable cause to proceed with this case. Thank you.
So the Ministry of Gender, as you are aware, is very concerned, and that is why we are in close collaboration with the police. And what is key, usually in allegation, is that they say this person did this, but what is very essential is to link the person. So the work has been very tedious, and we have been following, and we also like to thank the police for the collaboration. And as the IG just said, it's still inconclusive. So with the new pieces of information that we just gathered today from today's meeting, we're hoping that when we talk to those people, it will lead us somewhere, and we all ask the public to be patient. Today we heard there were people going to the Ministry of Gender, but then the Deputy Minister met them, so we're hoping that everybody will be patient and we'll reach a logical conclusion and justice will be served. Thank you.
Simon, do you want to add anything to it from the investigation?
Well, so far, so good. Here we are, we know we're supposed to be doing some DNA analysis. So the issue is being handled meticulously. We just want to urge the citizens out there to be patient and just follow the steps of the investigation. We'll keep the citizens informed, but they need to be patient. Let us just forget about be patient about demonstrations all around, but rather pay keen attention to what is happening. These are all require legal steps to get to conduct the suspect on the crime scene. All of that, those are processes we all look forward to, because the processes are not exhausted. It undermines the investigation
And the prosecution.
and everything that is involved. So we ask for patience. We're doing everything possible. This is why every one of us sit around the table, to be able to arrive at a logical conclusion that will lead to a successful prosecution. Thank you.
So before I open the floor for questioning, we want to reassure the public that there's absolutely no one in this country who's above the law. Contrary to what people believe, that because this man is a deputy minister, that is the reason why he has not been arrested. It's so far from the truth. As a matter of fact, I hold public officials even with greater accountability for their actions in this country than just ordinary citizens. So if for any reason, we're just able to establish this particular thing and substantiate the claim, he will be arrested. There's absolutely no one that's above the law in this country. But I'm urging the public to please be a little bit patient. We've reached out to different institutions. At this point in time, a communication will go out to the U.S. Embassy today for further assistance, especially with this whole forensic DNA, and also to even look at the CCTV footage, even though we had IT people go in and they said that it was not tampered with, but based on the witness statement and the footage, we tried to see if we could do further analysis to even verify more if it was ever tampered with. So we're making sure we're crossing our T's, we're dotting our I's, but we'll get to the bottom of this thing and justice will be served. I prefer for us to take our time and send a case to court that will get successful prosecution than to rush with an arrest as people are crying out there for, and then we let the suspect walk free. So I'm urging the public to please remain calm. We're committed to this process, protecting our children. This girl is she's the same age of my daughter. So I reverse this situation. I can't even imagine what I will be going through. But if that happens to me, I would want justice to be served. So I'm taking this as if it is my own child that has gone through this particular issue. The protection of one child is the protection of all children in this country. This issue will not be swept under the carpet. No one is above the law. Whoever tampered with this child will answer for their crimes. Thank you. At this point in time, CC, we can take two questions.
This issue will not be swept under the carpet. You heard from the Inspector General of Police, Honorable Gregory, the Coleman, and others. So you can, if you want to put in your question, you can raise your hand and be recognized. And okay, firstly, let's take myself. Okay.
Thank you very much for what you do. congratulations to the team. You've done a good job. But I'm concerned, I have two concerns or questions. What makes the Deputy Minister allegation of rape dynamic from ordinary person's investigation? That all these people have to be included to have a special press conference. That's one. Where is the Deputy Minister right now, the accused person? Where is he right now?
Okay, so public officials are held to greater accountability, and that's what gives this a lot of attention. But I mean, I know people will say in time past, by the time someone raped, would arrest them right away. If you follow all of the rape investigations that have been conducted under my leadership here, we follow all of these processes. Sometimes, I mean, some of these cases, as soon as it comes forth, you're able to immediately put the victim and the suspect together, and we can make immediate arrest. This minister is currently in this building. He's sitting with teams answering different questions at this particular point in time. While it is true that he has not been arrested, but he's undergoing investigation on a daily basis. So, I mean, it's like you say, it's special because it has gotten way more public attention than most of the other cases that go through the same process but never get as much attention as it is. I think it's because he's a public official. But I can tell you there's been no other rape case in this country under this administration that has been given any lesser importance. If you follow up, we've been updating it regularly. It may not get the kind of coverage, but there's been successful prosecution of the perpetrators of these crimes, and this one would be absolutely no different from it. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Mopolu and I will vote for inside.
Mopolu, you don't want to in later.
Yeah, but I think you help me answer my question. So, the issue of Mr. McGill, like all of us, Liberia now, the agitation is that when it comes to rape in Liberia, as soon as it's being announced, the alleged perpetrator and that of the victim always in the hands of police. And then in this case, people seeing that, okay, he come for regular, investigation. Why at this time, Mr. McGill is not in police custody as usual? Why the investigation is ongoing? He's free. And then coming for, the investigation coming. What's going on?
So in order, I got the prosecutors here, they will help me out. In order for an arrest to happen, you have to establish probable cause. Anytime you hear say the police pick up somebody for rape, that means we have immediately established that we have the prima facie immediately on hand and we make the arrest. More so, we got only 48 hours to hold people. The mathematical calculation for legal detention gives us 48 hours. This is a delicate investigation. We have to make sure we certify all of the parameters to make sure we got things right. If at any point in time we reach to a point where this team believes, okay, we got something to charge, immediately Mr. McGill will be arrested. Look, let me tell you, I mean, Jack Tato. He Jack Tato, he's nothing else but another Liberian citizen who's privileged to serve in government. It doesn't make him better or give him any more privileges than anybody else here. As soon as it is established, as soon as we're able to pinpoint it down, he will be arrested. Nobody above the law in the country. Absolutely no one.
And so just to buttress the IG, let me say to you that this is unprecedented. Many times that we had individuals who were suspects and were allowed to go home based on the fact that we have not come to a conclusion. So, but because, as you stated earlier, there's a public figure, that's why it has gained so much interest. But there are many suspects who come forth because they're wearing public figures, so you didn't care to follow these cases. But frankly speaking, we allow people to go home based on the fact that someone will sign for them, the lawyer will sign for them, pending the conclusion of the case. So this is not unprecedented.
Okay, from page Africa.
Well, I think someone has asked my question, but okay. I would like to also ask about the victim. Where is the victim currently?
The victim is currently in the custody of the Ministry of Gender for the fact that our role is in two ways. We provide psychosocial support as a ministry, so for her safety and her identity for people who are not bullied or usually in this instance. the Minister of General takes such person at the same home. So she's in our custody, in our possession. And then when the investigators request that, she was even here today along with her father, and she's in the building right now. We take her back. That's it.
And then how many cases have been treated in similar manner, in a delicate manner, as the RG say?
Okay, so at the Ministry of General, because we have two roles to play, that is the psychosocial support and legal. So our legal unit established like a year ago with a set of numbers of lawyers, and what we do is to strengthen evidence gathering. So our participation in this investigation is to make sure that the dots are there, these are done where possible. We have discussion with the police investigators as to making sure that what we need to gather to have probable cause to proceed. Now we're going for prosecution, we can win it. And nobody go, to say this person was killed. That's it.
But also understand over the years, Jenna has been involved.
I said, let me take one question from there, and then we'll get
Okay, so I understand that over the years, Jenna have always been involved with the issue of the welfare of the victims and survivors. So this is not a strange one. We have so many cases that Jenna have even survivors, victims.
Thank you, Aji. My name is Marvin Jackson from Spoon. I think they started with a second woman, a day news, a week now, if not possible, or if possible, weeks now. When was the thing established? Where are we with these investigations? For 8 hours, we understand. Why are we requesting forensic investigations to end up the U.S. Embassy to bring? What is happening? What are we seeing?
This investigation that's ongoing, and in order for us to send a case to court that we can prosecute properly, we have to make sure we gather all of the pieces of evidence and make sure it is done right. That's why we're asking for assistance. We got our own limitations here, and when we reach it, we got to ask for help. I mean, it's an open secret. I mean, we can do so much and no more. We don't have access to forensic DNA investigation available right now in this country. So we definitely need help from outside. Look, let me tell you, that myth that being around in the country for people believing that when you got a position in government, you're above the law, that thing is old. So you better start understanding that anybody who violates the law in this country, regardless of your position, will come for you, will warn you anywhere you are. So that thing people think is to say, oh, because the man a minister, that's why that nobody arresting you. Let there be established that he committed a crime. You'll see what happening. So, but listen, it should be very, very clear. Nobody is above the law in this country. Absolutely no one. And we say it unequivocally, because if people feel that they can hide behind the power and people believe out there that it's possible, you try and see.
Honorable IG.
Hello.
My name is.
So listen, we'll take no further questions. We have very limited time. I want to thank you all. We will continue to update you. This is the second update on this case. The first one came directly from the Women and Children session. Every time, at least within if within the next 48 hours we'll have something new, definitely we'll keep putting it up. The reason why it took a while for us to come back is because we've been going back and forth. Look, it's not just police. If all three of us here are on the same page, it tells you, because most of the time when we're having issues, General can be pushing up. It's time for you to make a arrest. So, and these are other ordinary people. Sometimes General can feel that we have sufficient to arrest. We can say, no, we don't have it. But at this point in time, we are all working together. We're all exactly on the same page. As soon as it is established, we'll whine so that we don't even worry about it. Thank you.
Well, folks, that was the voice of Police IG. My name is Jim Richards. I brought you this live broadcast.